Yo, what up guys? Today we're going to be studying Knight's Leblanc. He locked it in at Worlds versus Caps and he had a fantastic game. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be walking you guys through how I would review a game like this myself. I have not watched the game from Knight's POV before. I did watch the game live when it was being streamed, but this is the first time me actually reviewing it. So I'm going to take you guys with me in my reviewing process of this particular game. We're going to be taking a look at micro, macro. We're just going to be playing it out. Sometimes going to be pausing, going to be rewatching stuff. I'm not going to be talking all the time. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit entertaining, of course. But I'm really going to focus on studying and learning from Knight's performance on Leblanc, because he did have an absolutely fantastic one. He absolutely smurfed it. So, game starts off a little bit strange. It's a little bit of a lane swap that's happening right here. What he does is he auto-attacks the middle minion once. He tries to keep the minion HP somewhat similar. Jukes out Caps' Q. Goes for a nice W auto-attack. Doesn't overcommit. Puts a lot of emphasis on hitting the creeps. These lane swaps are a little bit, they're a little bit awkward. But that's alright. He's gonna get denied one creep in the back there. He did get the experience, and he's happy to take Orianna's Q to the face and go for like a W auto-attack trade. He really likes to put his W as far back as possible to prevent Orianna from extending the trade, which is a very important thing to do as Leblanc in this case. You don't want to give Orianna the opportunity to extend the trades, because that's when you're going to be losing the trades because of Orianna's passive and Airy. So they keep it short and bursty. Okay. Missing a lot of creeps here. Goes for W, out attack, Q, out attack. And he's taking bone plating, by the way. He has bone plating in this matchup, which is understandable because it is a pretty tricky matchup for Leblanc versus Orianna. And bone plating, compared to like Tristana taking bone plating when Tristana was meta, it's going to allow you to dictate trades whenever you want to jump in. It's very annoying. It's very oppressive on a champ like Leblanc. So we're doing a pretty decent job minimizing. We're actually missing a lot of farm. A lot of farm. It seems like he maybe wasn't used to like Leblanc farming. And then we have this interesting gank where Caps doesn't flash. Great. This puts us in a fantastic position on Leblanc. This brutal early lane gets kind of minimized from this point. So far so good. Nice little wave state. We extend the laning phase a little bit. We can now look to trade onto Leblanc when we have our bone onto Ori when we have our bone plating up. So far it's not the most complicated laning phase that we've seen. It's actually a very basic one. Nice little QW from Caps. Very sexy. But really good retaliation from Knight. Okay, I need to see this one again. Let's see what he does here. Let's see the angle that he's looking at. Seems like he's... Yeah, he finished that creep off with his W. And he found an E onto Caps. While Caps' abilities were still on cooldown, I suppose. Let's take a look. Yeah, very well done. Very well done. Also pulling the minions a bit. And these trades really favor... They really favor Knight. Mainly because of the fact that... he still has TP. Okay, we got another trade rocking up right here. Let's take a look. So it seems like he just WEs. Whenever he finds a WE angle, he's happy to take it. He's happy to trade HP like that. Whenever he finds an angle, he goes for it. Very good Q. Okay. Pretty decent lane state. Let's see what he does. I think he hard pushes this wave. Let's see how he does that. He nukes one melee minion. He finishes off the casters with out-attacks Qs. Finishes off the next melee and hits the last caster with another out-attack. Puts a ward in the middle so he knows what Caps is going to be doing after he resets. See what he buys. Alternator. refill. Deadly buy. Really deadly buy. Trades are going to be very, very tough for Caps to maintain from this point. So let's take a look at what we do here. We need to get a ward out real soon. We're versus Nocturne, so Nocturne's not that scary at this point. He's slow pushing. He's not really... he's got Zombie Ward and Sweeper. So he puts a lot of emphasis on looking where the Caps wards are. Yeah, it's very interesting because I think that's a really good pickup because that puts actually a lot of pressure onto Caps. A little bit of a W in. There's not too much trading right here. They're not really taking a lot of risks. They're kind of just staying really far back and just farming it up. I think both of these players are quite scared of making mistakes. That's what it looks like. Holy moly. I like that pressuring from Leblanc. That was really good. Caps. Okay. Wow. Ability usage has been pretty shit. If LeBlanc lands this chain, I'm looking at Caps here, right? Like Caps ability usage like kind of shocked me here. Seems like he was like, yeah, not sure. Maybe he was like scared. But if LeBlanc lands that chain, it's fucking over for Caps because Caps gets chunks to 10% HP, and he's then like forced to take a reset as well. Okay, very slow lane. Which is like fine, right? As long as you're just hitting the creeps. It's gonna be a point where we're just gonna be able to do our job as LeBlanc. So that's the thing that I'm seeing right here, guys. It's like these best players in the world, look at how slow that they play the game. They play so slow. They play so risk averse, like no risk that they take. And it's really inspiring in a way. So LeBlanc's reset gets cancelled here. A little bit of an interesting lane swap, which means that Caps kind of gets built out here. But I think overall the lane swap is not necessarily good for G2 because they're losing quite a bit of gold of it. Knight matches the reset. We got ourselves double Amp Tome. We are absolutely dealing out insane amounts of damage. And the reason why this setup works, right? The reason why it works what Knight's doing is because he is not using his abilities too much. Like, he is very patient and poised with his ability usage. And that's why he doesn't need that extra mana yet. And he can just fully opt into getting a lot of AP, which is going to help his trading. You can see it right here. He's got the level 6. RW, QW into the auto attack onto Caps, proccing the electrocute. And you can see the amount of damage that it deals. It's very, very insane. It really, really is hard for Caps to bounce back at that. Really good ability usage from Knight. Caps kind of getting caught off guard by the trading patterns from LeBlanc. It's not smoke and mirrors. Like it's not crazy stuff what's happening here. It really is. It's pretty basic. He's just doing the basics really, really well. And seems like we're hard pushing this wave, which is good. Walking into the Nocturne, that kind of messes up our reset tempo, actually. That is really bad, because we're now So, that means that we lose a lot of tempo on the map here. See what he does. Seems like he nukes the wave with WRW, and he insta-resets. Our bot lane kind of gets fucked of that, because of this reset. We only get boots, we don't get that much. So this was a little bit of a disastrous position where we used too much mana and we lost a lot of tempo for it. I reckon it's worth reinvestigating this. Like, how comes this feels so awkward? Because we took a good trade on Ori, right? And then we start hard pushing. I think we make a mistake right here. I think in hindsight, right, the best thing to do is just to keep it neutral. And keep the resources up, because it's not like we've lost much, right? Oriana's just resetting. So keep it neutral, deny Ori 3 melee creeps, and take up space in the lane. Which can be hard, because you're versus Nocturne, right? You cannot really take space in the lane. I see the intention from Knight. Knight wanted to hard push, so he could get access towards this control ward. I still think that slow pushing, or like keeping it neutral, would have been the best. Mainly because you deny caps a lot of creeps with it. So yeah, pretty awkward situation in which we eventually kind of fuck over our bot side. BLG seems beatable, guys. BLG seems beatable. So, back in the lane. Trying to scout for caps resets. We're never really under any kind of threat. We got Flash, we got W, we got R. There's also a wave that we hard push. Caps is actually doing a really nice job when it comes to resetting or like faking resets on cannon minion waves. So Knight got every creep here. Let's see how he does this. He got every single minion. Okay, this was a very classic one. So for the next minions, what does he do? Hits one, hits the other, hits that one, and he tries to all make him low at the same time. Okay, interesting. So one out attack plus QW actually allows you to get a melee at this point in the game. Very interesting. Caps does some sweeping. They're pinging on this wave here. Caps, I mean Knight. I'm sleeping, I guess. They're going for a little bit of a lane swap. Interesting. So he does a pretty good job farming here. It's just 10 CS per minute. You can see that both of these players, right, especially like Knight, he actually missed a lot of creeps. I reckon if he played a little bit like better onto the creeps, I think he can have like 11 to 15 CS more. Something like that. I may be miscounting it, but I think he lost a lot of free creeps. Anyway, a little bit of a grub fight here. Pretty good engage. Ooh, we use our ult on the rel. Not the biggest fan of using the ult on the rel. I think just QEing the rel would have been good. I'm curious to see like what the level of mastery is that Knight actually has on this champion at this point in the game, because he locked Leblanc, but how practiced is he really on Leblanc, right? It's not something that I see here. If I look at Showmaker's Leblanc, I can see that he's playing that champ like constantly. You can see it in what he does. But with Knight, I don't really get that vibe. He's good, nothing to take away from that. He does the fundamentals well, but it doesn't look exceptional. Okay. Clear the waves. Doing some sweeping. Leblanc's pretty safe in the side. We don't have flash though. So I find it very curious how he clears this wave. Because I would clear this wave differently. I would W the casters instantly. I need to double check if my wave clearing pattern is good. He's gonna W forward, get a chunk on Gnar here. Good attempt. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of his wave clearing pattern. I think it's like he's hitting every creep. Nothing against that, but I think it's not the most consistent. Nice trading pattern. What the good thing that he does right here is he prepares his W at the end, so he doesn't Q this minion. He keeps his W up. That allows him to go for RW, QW, trade onto the Gnar. Very good trading pattern. And Gnar just gets horrendously fucked because of it. Spice preemptively lost as well. Okay. My alarm goes off for some reason. Interesting. We missed the fact that he cleared the wave here. Let's take a look how he cleared this wave. He holds. He's got not a lot of information, so he's got to be quite careful. Out attack. Okay, so yeah, I do see that he's like putting a lot of emphasis on trying to finish off creeps with his W. Instantly TP's bolt. Good chain, but good play by Caps actually. Really nice ult as well. What if he stayed top here? Put more pressure. I don't know. G2 is like bleeding waves left and right. What's going on? I'm disappointed in my region's performance here. Fucking hell, man. Okay, so oh, this was incredible by Mickey. By the way, if Leblanc just walks, she's out there. Like, what the hell? Oh no, she's not. She has no W yet. She waited for a W. Wow. All right, no, she's not out. It was just incredibly played by Mickey. Well played by Mickey. Okay, we gotta be speeding it up here. A little bit of inting left and right. I don't understand why LeBlanc didn't stay top, but she still had TP for Dragon Coast. She could have just pressured top and really done a lot of damage. So it seems like we're back off to mid lane here. Keep the camera on LeBlanc again. I think our job right here is just to clear the waves. A little bit of an RW. That was a pretty decent RW, mainly because of the fact that he started with W and then did RW secondary. And that means that you do at level 11, you deal more damage with the RW than you do with your normal W. Got ourselves a blue buff. Got ourselves some effective HP here. Do some sweeping. Get a nice little zombie ward. So it seems like he's staying mid right here because he wants to be playing bot side together with his team. They're kind of sacrificing top. They're trading sides of the map. And that guy is dead as fuck. Oh my god. What? Now I look at it right here. Pretty fucked up what's actually happening. I don't understand how we played this so terribly. I'm not the biggest fan of how Knight played that though. I think he should have started with Insta Chain. But it worked out. He should have actually done right here when... I'll slow it down for you guys right here. When Alistar flashed W'd right here into the Q, Knight should start with Chain and not Q Chain. Should start with Chain. Okay. Take a look where Knight goes. Looks like Knight just opens up top, beating a few waves. Getting ourselves some more creeps here. Let's take a look at it. These zombie wars are really stacking up, granting us quite a bit of AP. Okay, so we use our ult in this wave clear. It's good to note. Means we don't have ult right now. So we hard push that wave to get control around mid, I guess. It looks like. Could have theoretically also slow push that one. So let's see what the mindset is right here from Knight. Because there's very clearly a call being made right now on Bin's tempo to make a Herald play on mid. So Knight actually hard pushes this wave as soon as possible to be on that same tempo from the Herald play on mid. Okay, going back to top. Decent CSing. He's got no blue anymore, so he's got to be a little bit careful. See how he CS this wave. Very interesting. Well, he uses his RW. He hits every creep though. I gotta give him that. He's hitting every creep in the side lane, so he's doing something right. He's found a way that works for him. And that's something that you guys are gonna see as well, right? Some people just have different ways of going about it. Okay, so it seems like Caps is doing a little bit of a slow push on top, so we got a little bit of a window in which we can move. Seems there's a teleport coming in. Let's go back. This went very fast. So it seems they want to be making a play right here. Very early Leblanc TP. Leblanc needs to use everything. Misses everything. Gets hit by the shockwave. Man, he was fucking useless in this fight. I guess because he's porting in on this ward right here. Double jumps out. Still's got flash, so he's fine. Misses the E. So it's literally like the entire of BLG that's like dragging him over the finish line. But he created some space with his positioning and with his Ws. So it's not like he was like fully useless, but it wasn't like overly useful. Okay, it seems to be a dragon call. Let's see where he opens up. Is he going to go top? Is he going to go... okay, the TP of Orianna shows that they're giving dragon. So it allows him to go top lane as well. So you look at the trading pattern he uses here. He has his RW available. But he goes for WRW. Instead of the other way around. Gets a big chunk off on the Orianna though. Really big chunk. Playing it very slow. So the reason he's slow pushing this and not hard pushing is because he wants a bigger window. He does not need to play right now since he's already got the control. So he's slow pushing this so Orianna loses a lot of creeps. And he's gonna get a longer, bigger window onto next minions. It's CSing. He's hitting every creep. In the side lane, he's doing a fantastic job here. Gotta give him that. Okay. So now we make the answer. Guys has resetting. So that allows us to take over mid lane here. For a wave. He's being very cautious, very scared, which makes sense. Well, in that case, right? Could he not have slow pushed another wave on top here? He did spot the Nocturne there. Maybe what he's doing is he's actually hard pushing to get him into a safe position. Because otherwise you have to wait another 30 seconds, right? So I think it's a little bit more of a hard push to get him safe. Right here. That's the idea. Because right now he's not gankable in any kind of way. So it's decent. Heading back to top. Very important thing to recognize is we are on strong side. We are where the plays happen. This is where the vision's at. Leblanc loves being on strong side. She can also be on weak side, but she loves being on strong side. We hard push this wave. There's a lot of like interesting situations in which it's like it looks like the entire team's off tempo, but they're just tempo resetting, and On is just literally resetting, placing vision, getting new wards stacked up, and then just going back at it again. Like it's crazy what On's doing actually. And now there seems to be a bit of a fight, which is completely fine for BLG because of the fact that they got big items just now. So this fight's incredible for BLG. They just bought Shadow Flame on LeBlanc. Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the micro execution of this fight. Knight played it well, but it wasn't something special. He has not done anything special in this game yet. Like, very basic, very fundamental stuff. Seems like Mickey gets caught up. Goes for a little bit of an engage. Actually, really good play from Mickey. He lands Knight lands a very good E. Rooting the Nocturne. And then with the Jax TPing in. Wow. Not gonna lie, like BLG played it well. BLG played it really, really well. So let's see what LeBlanc does. LeBlanc catches mid lane wave. Pushes out the next one as well to be efficient. Okay, so they're going to swap up the lane assignments now real soon. Dragon's going to come up in a few seconds. Let's take a look. 130 on the Dragon. So they're probably going to be playing mid and bot then. Blanc can go top, catch the wave. She doesn't have to. The only reason she's able to do this is because we know Nocturne has no R. Oh, I was lying. Nocturne has R. Wait, I'm not entirely sure what this is then. Seems like they want to play mid bot. He barons up the main to get more damage upon tower. I reckon this was just a really good play from G2. This was just an incredible play from G2 actually. What it looks like. Okay, but LeBlanc comes in. WQE, good combo. And we just brute force it through bot, mainly because we got we traded 2 for 2, but Nar stopped, so we got a guaranteed man advantage, which means that we're gonna be able to like trade sides of the map. We got Baron, our trading stronger. Oh, they even find a big hard engage here. Very disrespectful. Good ability usage. Let's break it down. Slow it down. W, RW, EQ on... No, just E out attack onto Orianna. So it seems like he queued the MF, and then he killed the Orianna with his chain. So he kept chain for Orianna. Really well played. Getting T2. Nice trade from Bogenblade. Like, this is the benefit of like of having Baron, right? Your push is just much faster. And they're on the right side of the map because they can just retreat into the dragon. So it seems like LeBlanc resets and opens up mid. He's hovering for topside a little bit. Probably looking for a potential catch. Because what he's expecting is he's like, hey, we're playing for Baron, for Dragon, right? Maybe I can pick off one of the enemies that are actually going to ward in the top side right here. I think that's a very good thought. He's also picked up the Magi's, recognizing that blue team doesn't really have a lot of threat onto LeBlanc. He's stacking up some kills. So he's taking the mid wave. Let's see where he's gonna go. So in an ideal world, we get someone on top because we're bleeding some minions there. But the way that we do that is by pushing in mid first and then taking control and moving together with our team. We cannot just go ahead and walk top because we'll get engaged upon. We're gonna die. So right now, look at what they do. They take control back with everyone of their team. It's fantastic. Looking at this though, yeah, I don't know. I don't get the wow factor from this team. I don't get the wow factor from BLG. I think Bin's playing like a fucking beast, but I don't really get the wow factor yet. Very nice vision. This is... Yeah, On is carrying so hard with this vision, by the way. Unbelievable. Interesting pathing from Knight. Knight doesn't have a lot of information, so he's got to be a little bit careful. He spots the rel real quick. Yep. He's recognizing that he's on a very weak side of the map here. There's no information on the Nocturne. I think what G2 does really well, right, is G2 does do a very good job at hiding. Is you don't necessarily have full information. Even though there's a lot of good wards, you don't have full information. And it's making it pretty hard for BLG to make progress in the game. So I think G2 is doing a pretty good job with that. We're level 16 now. This is a risky play. This is a risky wave to take. Because if G2 overstays tempo, this is where they can get you. They don't. And that allows us to eventually play. So in that case, maybe slow building was a little bit better. I think we maybe could have slow built one more wave. Or are they going to translate this into mid? That may be the case, that they translate this into mid. Because they cannot really do something with this wave. Wave's too small. Yeah, they translate it into mid. Makes sense. Okay. That's why they don't slow build. That's why they hard push. This was incredible. Really good shift towards mid lane. Oof. Good cover from BLG. Now they're going to try to shift mid into top. A good little bit of poke. See if they can get this turret. Probably not. Leblanc's poking a little bit. Trying to get this rel shield off. Which fucking bullshit, by the way. These support shields. Make him unkillable. They do eventually get the top tier 2. Because they have the control, it sets them up for Nash well. So we hard push this wave into a reset. We got Robodons or something. Yeah, we do. Oh, it's fucking over. And he insta TPs to like force a fight. Holy shit, we have Robodons. That's nasty. Yeah, so we're incredibly strong right here. And he knows it. Seems like the entire team is resetting tempo. Very interesting. Leblanc's got to be super careful here. But it seems like he's kind of messing with G2. He's kind of bluffing. But he's never Wing in here. He's kind of bluffing that they can do something while BLG is off the map. I like what Knight did here. This is incredible. Leblanc's a champ that can do that because of her many dashes. Ooh. Man, if I would be Leblanc here, I would send it on MF, man. But that may be kind of grief, because Jax is not in position without TP. Skarn's not in position. So I like the poise. I would have entered the game here, probably. Okay. So the Chemtech Soul is like on the table. And it seems like G2 is starting Nash here. This will never go well for G2. They're too weak. I like the calls, but they just don't have the damage. Really good chunk by Knight. Onto the Nocturne, which is smart, because Nocturne cannot really tank the Baron anymore. And he can also not really hard engage with Orianna Ball anymore. I like how slow Knight plays this. Plays it really slow. Jumps over the wall. Kaisa goes in. Ignores the Gnar. Oh, very sexy team fighting. Well done. That was incredible. Wow, that was really good. Let's go back here. What he's towards what he's seeing actually. Get a little bit of. Look how slow he plays it. Like I thought in my Leblanc guide, I talk about the sniper mindset, right? That's exactly what he's doing. He's playing it slow like a sniper. He's completely ignoring this Gnar. He sees the misfortune being low, and he flash W's, and he RW's instantly after. But unfortunately, I think Caps flashes it. It was a good flash by Caps. But yeah, that settles the game here, huh? They get the Baron. From that point, it's pretty easy to close out. Let's take a look what he does. Lost quite a bit of HP. Wasn't too good from him. Leblanc wants to stay high HP. This is a really nice situation. Seems like we got kind of caught off guard by the Rel engage, but it was really deep, the Rel engage. Really nice play. Securing himself the victory. So, honestly, right, from what we see this game is that it wasn't special. This was not Showmaker-like special LeBlanc, but it was special and it was good in a different way. It was actually just very clean. It was just very clean. Like, no mistakes. Like, he just didn't make any mistakes. And he had very good team fighting. And very solid, just generally good ability usage. And he did his job really, really well. So, when it comes to that, right, I would reckon that Knight actually did a fantastic job in this in this game. And the main things first to take away is like his poise, his ability to not get caught, even though he's playing LeBlanc. I think his team fighting, his wave clearing patterns, I think some of his ability usage was also pretty good, mainly because of the fact that I didn't see him miss many abilities. He missed some, like there was this one fight right here, which was pretty dog shit. But for the rest, his ability usage was actually quite good. And there were a lot of, in this game, there were actually a lot of team-specific things happening. And what you saw in this game was not necessarily that Knight was a better player than Caps, but rather that BLG was better than G2 in this game. That's what it looked like to me. And it's very, very fascinating because there weren't many individual outplays, even though like Bin and Elk, like they got the moves, they got the hands, right? They didn't need it this game. They just played generally better than G2, and that's why they won. It's a very deserved victory for this particular game. Yeah, so great game to analyze, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. There's some more LeBlanc VODs on the worlds that I haven't really analyzed yet, so feel free to let me know if you guys want to listen to those ones as well. If you guys have any other questions, hit me up, and yeah, I'll be back with another video real soon. Thank you for watching.